The Irrational follows Alec Mercer, a world-renowned professor who has solving crime down to a science. Alec, played by Jesse L. Martin, uses his unique expertise to figure out how and why people make bad decisions. Take a look.
There is a chance that my empathy for Izzy is skewing my point of view.
Maybe we should look at the physical evidence they sent over.
It says here, the gas and power were off, and the accelerant was paraffin.
Could point to Izzy's candles, but...
Paraffin could also be camp fuel. I think it was poured out and lit in the basement.
That'd be arson, then.
And since Chris died, that would also make it a homicide.
Ooh, and Jesse is with us now. Welcome. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
There's
Thanks for
always
having
something
me.
pressing. We got to figure this out.
That's why you put it on TV, because it's dramatic.
Because it's dramatic.
Yes.
But listen, so your character is a behavioral science professor. So he helps solve crimes by observing others' behavior and their patterns. And I feel like part of acting, or like such a big part of acting, is observing others and reacting, right?
I think if you want to be a good actor, you have to get really good at observing human behavior and mimicking human behavior. In this case, though, he doesn't necessarily mimic behavior.
Yeah.
He just takes it in.
He takes it in. I feel like this maybe you already had a leg up on this.
I did. I just didn't have the terminology for it.
Yeah.
You know? And I also didn't know I was so good at it until I started thinking about it. Like, now I think about it all the time, like how people behave and why people behave the way they do. We were just having a whole great conversation.
So interesting. So
it is.
do you feel like now that you've played this role, because this is not your first time playing a role like this, I mean, Law and Order too.
Sure.
Do you feel like now that you're like an amateur sleuth?
No. No. I will always say that I play one on TV.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a sleuth. I also don't have a strong interest in real life solving crimes, right?
Yeah.
I know that some people are very, very much into like these docuseries
They are. I mean,
show where
yes,
they're like,
everyone's
I can figure out the
at
crime.
home, yeah.
Our show gives you that, and I think the best thing that happens for me playing Alec is getting to be the teacher that relays these lessons to his students and therefore the audience. I think those are the most interesting parts of the show for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of interesting too when we get to see you on dates and things like that.
Yeah.
You leave off with your first date with Rose.
Yes.
And your soon-to-be ex-wife she feels a little something about that. I mean,
who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't, right? But are you Team Marissa or are you Team Rose?
And you know I'm not going to answer that question.
I know. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Oh my God, no. I would get a whole beatdown if I chose.
Right, that's true.
I'll play for both of those teams.
Okay, very good. just keep them both on the burner.
Yeah. Well, that didn't sound right either, but you said it.
It did.
You said it. I didn't say it.
Okay, well, congrats on being renewed for season 2.
Thank you very much.
Very exciting. I mean, there's a lot to kind of hold on to with this show. I mean, you're dealing with past trauma.
Yeah.
You're a brilliant mind. What do you think it is that people are really tuning in for?
I think it's exactly what we were just talking about. I think it has everything to do with this didactic nature of a show. First of all, there's crime. People love crime stories, right? And people are amateur sleuths at home, and they get to watch a professional in me figure these things out. Not only that, give them terms and terminology for what they're looking at, and how to categorize behavior, how to look at behavior. People love that stuff, and I love playing it.
Yeah. Are we going to learn more about Alec's past? We have to, right?
Absolutely. I mean, he's got a crazy past and has gone through a lot of trauma. So starting tonight and in the next 4 episodes, you'll get to learn a lot more about what happened to him.
Yeah. I mean, you've been in so many amazing projects with huge fan bases, like obviously Rent, Law and Order, which we mentioned, The Flash.
Yeah.
What do people stop you for the most?
I'd say by far Law and Order.
Yeah.
Second would be Rent.
Especially if you're in New York. I mean, it's such a New York show.
Absolutely. And it's always
and Rent
on.
too.
And Rent,
yeah. All right.
Rent's second. For sure.
Well, you've done so many great things. Will we see you back on stage doing any musical?
I certainly hope you see me back on stage. I don't know if it'll be a musical. I mean, I love doing Shakespeare and all those great classics too. So
we'd love to see you sing again.
Oh.
So Okay. Well, you can catch The Irrational Mondays on NBC at 10 p.m. and streaming the next day on Peacock. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.